Hey y'all, welcome to the vlog. I am starting this vlog off in a hotel room, as you can see, but we're not gonna be here for the entire vlog. I just forgot to film an intro. But in this vlog, I'm going to be reading the second book in two different romance series. I just wanted to know or get a feel for the question or get an answer to the question, is the second book in the series better than the first book in the series? And the series I'm speaking of is the Skyline series by Kennedy Ryan, where the first book was Before I Let Go. I gave that book, I think, a 3-star, 3.5 star. And I'll talk a little bit more about my rating, but I just don't like second chance romances. So yeah, here we are. And in the vlog y'all saw last week, I was saying, like, am I hating on Kennedy Ryan? Do I just not like her writing? We're gonna get into all of that. Okay, sorry, y'all, somebody was at the door, so he had to go answer the door because, baby, they are very persistent. Their internet is down. I think they're trying to work through that. But anyway, the second series is the Curve series by Danielle Allen, where the first book is Curvy Girl Summer. Read that last year. I want to say I read the first book in the same vlog last year when I was like, am I in my romance era? I'm pretty sure I read the first books in the series in the same vlog, and now I'm reading the second book. But anyway, in this vlog, I'm gonna be reading Plus Size Player, and we're gonna get all into the nitty gritty. We're gonna go to work and talk about these two books. We're also gonna do my hair, but now y'all are seeing the finished product, so don't judge me when I come on screen looking like who did what and what for. Anyway, we're gonna go out, have a good time, and I hope you guys enjoy the vlog, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, yes, I know my hair looks a hot mess. I know. We're going to get to that in just a minute. I just popped on here to say that this is my first impressions of This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. My washing machine and dryer is going right now. Should I grab my microphone? I probably should, but I'm not going to right now because I look a mess. We're not gonna linger in this. Kennedy Ryan knows how to get people all mixed up. Right? Like, she knows how to write a book where everybody is just intertwined, and she's writing it in such a way that I'm just like, how are they going to get out of this and then get with each other? Because the way it has started, yeah, I'm Team Judah. yeah. Brother, beginning of chapter 8. No, he didn't. To get this type of call on a Saturday when you already dealing with your husband, how trifling he is, your kids thinking you not on your husband's side, and then you get a call like this. She probably finna kill this man. Okay, y'all, I am literally running into work a little later than I wanted to. Every time I come, I have so much stuff because, like, we don't have water here. Then I had to run to my mama's house. And then I had to stop and get myself something to eat. Just a second, y'all. We have a class at 7. I'm the only one here today. And I'm going to assume that they want to come in and start, like, setting up and stuff. But the earliest I'm going to let them in is 6:30. It's 5:15. So I have an hour and 15 minutes to sketch 13 canvases and get this whole room taken care of. I'm gonna do some stuff back behind the scenes real quick while I tell y'all about this book. First of all, I wish I had my mic so that y'all could hear me, because I know right now the audio is probably horrible. And I need to start carrying my mic. I have 2 of them. The only thing is that I am a very clumsy, careless person, and I'm trying to do better with that now that I am grown. Like, that's not an excuse anymore. I really need to do better with my things. I'm reading This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan, which is the second book in the Skyline series. I already read Before I Let Go, but I'm pretty sure I read it at least a year ago. Not sure. Anyway, the point is, I am starting to notice in Kennedy Ryan's books that she can write a complex character in a complex situation. Because the last romance book that I read was Beautiful Broken Love, and that was a complex situation. I don't really think those characters were very complex, although I did love them. They were very likable. They had a complex situation. Davina and Deep, they weren't necessarily complex characters, and that's okay. I'm just saying that in Kennedy Ryan's writing, you can tell, like, she has put some work into the character themselves. So we have Soledad, who is a mom. When we meet her, she is a married mom of 3 daughters, and she and her husband are not on the best of terms. He's having some trouble at his job that is spilling into their personal life. And by the end of part 1, Soledad is no longer with her husband, Edward. And, you know, no love lost, because Edward was trifling. He was shysty. He was sleazy. And he was, you know, putting himself, his job, like his career, and his family at risk. So, baby, no love lost. I just realized that the lighting on me was probably not that good. Great. No love lost for him. Oh, this is the picture I'm doing today. Ain't she cute? So we are thrown into this mess between Soledad and her husband, but we also are starting to get Judah's perspective as well. When we meet Judah, he is already divorced, and he is trying to work through some co-parenting with his ex-wife. Judah, when we meet him, he is a divorced father of twins who are autistic, and I thought it was really beautiful that Kennedy Ryan did an author's note at the beginning of this describing why she chose to call them autistic instead of children with autism. And there are some very heartwarming scenes with him, and especially Aaron, who is the one who struggles a little bit more. So yeah, these two complex individuals with their children, their divorces, their co-parenting or lack thereof of co-parenting is going to keep me invested for a very long time. I'm feeling the heat from Judah's perspective more than from Soledad. Soledad is saying that she's attracted to him, but she is trying to be on this journey that I think makes her a little closed off to Judah than Judah is to her. Now remember, he was divorced already at the beginning of the book, so that makes sense. But I do feel their chemistry. I feel for them. I feel for Soledad, and Soledad is a very likable character. Not even likable, like she is a lovable character. Both of them are amazing parents, and Soledad has some fire in her, okay? When she found out her husband was sleazy and slimy, I loved her reaction. Did I get everything? Will y'all tell me if I miss a line or something? Right now, I'm almost halfway through the book. I'm like 44% of the way through. And I just was thinking that, like, if you're reading a Kennedy Ryan book and you're expecting them to go ahead and get it in by 50%, like all of, well, not all of, but like most of the other romance books, girl, it's not gonna happen. I just wanted to get on here and say that class I just had was absolutely amazing. They were a church group of all ladies, and they had a great time. What did she just say? I need to pick it out. Y'all, it's so hot in here. This is not how it looked at first. Okay, anyway, it's 2 o'clock now. I just got done sketching. I've been here since 1:15. It has taken 45 minutes to cover up 3 canvases, sketch 12 canvases, and just get my life together. So now I have like 30 to 40 minutes to get this room together. We're in the back room right now. And I don't think I've filmed me setting up in the back room. So yeah, let's do that. Change of plans, guys. We're going to the front room. Hey y'all. Okay, so I'm going to be getting set up for my next class, and I only have an hour or so. So hopefully, y'all see I wrote notes. So I'm going to, at this point, I'm pretty far in the book, but I'm going to read you my notes from the 50% mark. The thoughts. Soledad's characters, like her three daughters, they all have three different personalities, but one in particular seems to butt heads with Soledad, and it kind of reminds me of my mom when I was that age and my relationship with her at that time. My mom is amazing. She's always been amazing. But at that age, I figured, I don't know, she just didn't understand me. So yeah, we butt heads because I was hard headed. But Soul is being intentional and spending one-on-one time with her daughter and encouraging her. I don't know what I put in there, but like speaking life into her while also speaking to her in a way that's kind, protective, and insightful, and being vulnerable about her own feelings and how she feels when her daughter, I think it's the middle daughter, Inez, I believe, that's being um, quite difficult, I want to say. Oh, and we're also getting more of Hendrix's character in this book, and I can see why people are so excited for her book, for Hendrix's book, which is book number 3. Can't get enough. The trope, I guess, is enemies to lovers, although it's kind of like enemies to friends to lovers. I would classify it as a slow burn because, like, at the 50% mark, whereas in some romances, you have already gotten a little bit of heat, a little bit of action between the main characters. It's not like that in this book. Since Soledad is on her journey of dating herself, it's a little slower, and I appreciate that. Let's talk about the chemistry because this is a romance book, right? So the chemistry, I feel that Judah is making it more known to us as the reader and to Soledad that he's attracted to her. However, in her inner thoughts, we do know that she's like attracted to him as well. I just don't think at this point in the book she's showing it as much as Judah is. And Judah's thoughts are more explicit. Okay. He is making it very known to the reader that he want him some Soledad. All right. At about 50%, the spice is basically non-existent besides their inner thoughts. I mean, if you are used to those books that kind of are heating up by the 50% mark, I would say this book is probably not for you. Sorry. But yeah, that is my 50% mark wrap up. I'm sorry that y'all like couldn't see me while I was doing this, but this is the best way that I could film this portion. But we'll see how it goes. If y'all like this, like behind the scenes of my work while I talk about the book, let me know. But I'm about to finish this. I only have 3 more of these left to do, and then I have to set up my class because I'm pretty sure I have less than an hour. So let's get back to work. Is a no-no. You don't want those to touch. Perfect. Another no-no, but I would prefer this over the other one because I don't like paint in the middle, because sometimes you can use that to mix, like that space to mix your paints. Okay, y'all, so it's been a couple days. It's been a long week, actually. So it's Thursday, and I finished this book on Sunday. So let me go ahead and just give you guys my final thoughts. Okay, number one, I think that it's a 5-star book. Honestly, I loved this book. I've talked so much about the side characters and how much we learn about, I forgot their names already, how much we learn about Soledad and what is his name? Um, Girl, what's his name? Judah. I almost said Josiah, but that was the main character in the first book, Before I Let Go. The point is, I loved this book. And let me just say this. This is not a romance book that is very romantic in the original sense of like they're going on so many dates and they're spending a lot of time together doing romantic things. They're like holding hands and getting to know each other in the normal sense of, yeah, basically spending time with each other. They are two grown adults who already got their lives, their children, their ex-wives, their ex-husbands. They have their jobs. They're pursuing other careers. They're trying to make a living for themselves. Um, and then they, on top of all of that, they already have a complicated background because of how they met. They're not the average couple. They're just not. I can see why people are so excited for Hendrick's book, which is the last one, Can't Get Enough. And I'm loving the song titles. Before I let go, boom, mm, 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 mm. Ba, ba, ba. That's the Beyonce version, or the old school version. Whoa, whoa. Sorry, because Honey hating on me. Honey don't want me to sing. Well, she want me great. Oh, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like the old school version, Before I Let Go. And then what's this one? This could be us, but you playing. Yes. And then, of course, when she dropped the release for Can't Get Enough, and then she had the J. Cole song in the background. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm loving the titles. It's a 5-star book. It's not the same romance. It's not the romance that's gonna give you the fluttery feels. Actually, it is though. It is because their yearning, especially Judah's yearning, is very prevalent, is very present, and you know that they want each other. But there's a lot of self growth in this book, especially for Soledad. And I think Kennedy Ryan does a phenomenal job of writing a book that does not just surround the romance. Okay, and the last thing I want to talk about is the spice. So the spice did finally kick up about 75% in. And when I say spice, I mean their actual like in person, Spice, because like I said, they have been yearning for each other. And the scenes themselves, I think I would give this probably like a 3 on the Spice level. This is your everyday normal Spice. Open door. This is not a closed door romance book. It's just not that many scenes. And even if it had been more scenes, I would still give it a 3. You know what I mean? When I think about Spice, the level 5 Spice, I'm thinking about stuff that's like they did what to who and what why. That's the type of stuff I'm thinking of. So this is good if you just want a really good, in-depth, character focused over plot focused romance book. This is for you. Yeah. Next, I have already started Plus Size Player, which is number 2 in the Curve series by Danielle Allen. It's called Plus Size Player because she's a plus size woman and she's dating like 4 or 5 men at a time. Okay. She is very confident. She is very sure of herself, sure footed. She's a fashionista and she's a social media personality, which I didn't know that was going to be a common factor between these two books, but hey, here we are. We are following her. Oh my God, what is her name? We're following her as she is going on. It starts out that she is going on a date with the fun one. She has nicknames for all of them. The fun one, the smart one, the I forgot the other ones, but yeah, those she has nicknames for them, and she rarely calls them by their full name when she's talking to other people. So they'll be like, "Who you going on a date with?" And she'll go, "The fun one." From what I'm gathering, she is such a fun character to follow. She knows what she wants and she's not letting anybody tell her that she should want something different. She knows that she wants these 4 different men in her life for 4 different reasons. And whether she's sleeping with them or not, you're going to have to read the story to find out. That's not even the point. The point is she's having fun. And that's basically what she says. I think in the first chapter, she's talking to her friend Aaliyah, which is the main character of the first book, Curvy Girl Summer. She's talking to Lee and she's like, girl, I'm having fun. I'm not tired. I'm not worn down. I'm not worn out. I am living my best life. I'm doing my social media content. I'm modeling. I'm dating these men and I'm having a good time. So she is not being bogged down by other people's opinions. And I love that. Also, she has people around her that understand that. She ain't got no hating friends. Her mom has her own concerns. I think, mainly like mom concerns for safety and things like that. Her dad is also in the picture, kind of, a little worried sometimes, weary sometimes. And she is still living her life. And she is not at this point, she does not feel the pressure to live her life any differently. She's getting business opportunities for her work on social media. She has her job with one of her friends whose literal name is Charlotte Webb. I was too through. I really enjoy that. I enjoy seeing that. Also, the first chapter, this is probably like the second chapter. She was on a date with the fun one. His name is Russ. And I think he's going to be the main character for the entire book. And she had to let one of the waitresses know, baby, I don't care what you think about me and my body. I know somebody who like it. And let me give you some pointers. Like she had to set a waitress straight real quick, real cute, real classy. It was nice. Love that scene. It is pretty spicy right off the rip. They go on a beautiful date. It is very adventurous date, and then they end the night off with some dessert. So I'm only 20% of the way through. I have to do my hair today because I'm going out of town tomorrow. I'll take y'all on a little bit of a hair journey, and hopefully I can finish this book. It's already 11 o'clock in the morning, and I ain't washed my hair. I ain't blow dried it. I haven't done any of the things. I have to do all of the things before I even start the hairstyle. But I'm going to do some twists. I'm so very excited. So this is the hair that I got. I'm going to do me some little passion twists real quick. They're going to be kind of long. I'm going to do jumbo and I have 6 packs of these, which means if I do it right, I should be able to do 4 twists per pack. 24 twists, 4 twists per pack. And that should be a decent sized twist. If I cut all of these in half, right? Y'all following me? And I want them to be long. So I don't know. Nowadays they don't give us that much hair in these packs anymore. They used to pack these down with hair. So I'm upset. Real upset about that. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing my hair all day, and I only have 6 hours of the audio book left. I had to get the audio book. It was only like $10. It's $13.50, and um, Audible has been tripping lately. Let me know if Audible has been tripping for you. But it was had a loading screen up for at least an hour while I was running around trying to get the stuff for my hair, and I need to check my bank statements because if they charge me twice, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm going to be pissed, and I know they probably did. So I'm gonna have to contact them yet again about their app because they pissing me off. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. Listen to some more of this audiobook, do my hair, and then I'll come back probably around the 50% mark to give y'all an update. I am walking my dog, and is she done? Okay, y'all. So I am 50% of the way through Plus Size Player by Danielle Allen, book 2 of the Curve series. I'm having such a good time. I'm giggling, I'm laughing, I'm, yearning with them. It just feels, look at her, look at her. Come here. Yeah, they have this great banter. They have great chemistry. They have fun with each other, and I am just absolutely loving it. Now, Russ is the fun one, and I think he has more qualities than just being fun, right? Like he's fun. He can be romantic. He plans the dates for them. He surprises her with experiences that she hasn't had before. They are a great fit, and he listens. He's very attentive to what she says, even if she is just like talking about past experiences or like her childhood dreams, and he is willing to just make that happen for her. And I love that. Her name is Nina. Learned her name. And I just love that for Nina. I am really, really excited for them. I also enjoy them like popping up in each other's professional spaces. That has been fun because they don't really talk about their professional lives or their careers when they're with each other. I think that's a rule that they kind of made subconsciously. I know Nina is making an effort. This is one perspective, by the way. We're not getting his point of view at all. So we know that she is making a conscious decision not to talk about her job and her work around him, but we don't really know why he has decided to keep that away from her, early on in the book. But then later on, they kind of explain that they have been hurt or let down by dates in the past that have just been ignorant to what they do. So yeah, but they haven't shared that with each other at the beginning of the book. They're just talking about the fun stuff, right? So now I'm 50% of the way through, and we're getting deeper into the why of their actions. We're also getting some intentions from Russ's point of view, and from his perspective he has some intentions for Nina, and we're trying to I think honestly I'm a little shocked that Nina didn't have more pushback, but she and her friends have pointed out that Russ is basically the favorite, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised. It's just we knew that this is where the book was going to go, right? We kind of knew it. We knew it, but I'm just still a little shocked that she didn't have a little bit more pushback. But baby, Russ is doing a damn thing, so why would there be pushback? Oh, I am still doing my hair. I've done the parts. I'm gonna finish this book tonight. I'm gonna give y'all my final thoughts tonight. Finish my hair tonight, and then y'all will be on the road with me to go to the beach tomorrow. Hey y'all. Okay, so I finished my hair. Ain't she cute? She cute or whatever. She cute or whatever. Did I do it right? Period. Okay, so I need to finish up my thoughts on what book did I just read? What book did I just read? Nina with the roster, Plus Size Player. I got it. So I just finished Plus Size Player last night while I was wrapping up my hair. My hair took way too long, so I was able to listen to that entire book in one day. I have thoughts, not that many. I mean, it's a romance book. I have thoughts though. Number one, if you want something where they getting it in, they using them bed springs, they getting it, they getting to it. That's what this book was. A lot. I think they had sex, if not every chapter, then every other chapter. Came out the gate hot. and they was just hot. They was doing a lot. So this is a spicier book. I just want to let y'all know that off rip. This is a big jump from This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. It's like almost completely 180. It is a like friends to lovers type trope because they started out just being friends. As we all talked about, Nina has a roster. Let me just say he was one of the ones on her roster, and she was willing to just drop everybody else because she was in love with him, and she didn't know it. They had amazing banter. They were very funny. It was just like it was comedic just to be in her head and listening to their conversations. They had very in-depth conversations about all types of things, finances. They was clowning each other a lot. Both of them are into fashion, so they talked about that. That's what their careers are in, so they had that in common, and they, you know, praised each other on their looks. And he was just like complimenting her a lot. He was really, really into Nina. Now, Nina was also obviously into Russ, and everybody around her had to kind of guide her towards like her feelings. This is probably like a 4-star for me. Oh, when I was listening to Shelby talk about it in her wrap up, she was saying how she wished she was that we got a perspective from Russ, and I agree with that because I wanted to see more of Russ and Remedy's relationship. Remedy is Russ's assistant, and I wanted to see more of their relationship and like how they spoke to each other and see if he was like that, if Russ was like that with other people. They are very persistent. Okay, good. So I wanted to see if Russ was like that with everybody, or if he just had a soft spot for Nina, you know, what his personality was. But they got me thinking about authors that do dual perspectives and authors that don't. I wonder if Danielle Allen feels like she is not as strong writing from a man's perspective. I don't know. I'd have to look it up and I'll put it on the screen somewhere if she's ever done dual point of views or not. I also realized that this book is running concurrent with the first book, Curvy Girl Summer. They're happening at the same time, which I thought that was pretty cool because usually in romance books it's like one right after another. And since they are going concurrent, then you could absolutely read number 2, this book, a plus size player, without reading Curvy Girl Summer. You could read just This Could Be Us without reading Before I Let Go, because everything you need to know about Before I Let Go to make the second book make sense is said in the second book. So both of these are kind of like that. I also want to say this. I know. This is the last point I want to make. Danielle Allen knows how to write insufferable characters that you just want to slap in their fucking mouth. She knows how to take a situation that's uncomfortable and then take it further. Or she'll give somebody a smart aleck mouth or, you know, something like that. And did you hear that? And I love that about her, but it also is one of the things that kind of make me cringe because it's like, would anybody ever say that in real life? Is that how that would go down in real life? It happened a lot in Curvy Girl Summer, where some of those scenes were just so uncomfortable that Aaliyah was having with some of her dates. And this is the last thing. Danielle Allen can get repetitive. Okay, it can get repetitive, and I think that's why I'm not quite giving her a 5-star, because it's just like, okay, girl, we get it. All right, we get it. They kind of say the same thing, exactly the same. It's okay to repeat yourself because, I mean, you know, daily life is mundane, right? But can we come up with another way to say the same thing over and over? I don't know, but yeah, that's my wrap up. It was a great book. I highly recommend it because it is really funny, and Nina has a lot of different side characters that you can get into. Now, to answer the question, is the second book better than the first book? For the Kennedy Ryan series, the Skyland series, that second book was much better than the first one to me because of the tropes. But for this one, they're like neck and neck. I think I gave Curvy Girl Summer a 4-star, and I'm going to give this one a 4-star. That is the end of this vlog. I hope you guys had a good time. As you can see, I'm not at the house. I am in a hotel celebrating my birthday. And we finna go have a good time. See y'all later. Bye.